If you were to ask in January or April of 2025 which will be the best games of that year, people would say something like Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Tsushima 2, Hades 2, Dead Space Remake 2, Mario Kart 8 2, or even Nevergrave, The Curse and the Witch. Therefore, when two completely unknown games like The Walking Dead 2 and Final Fantasy 2 were considered the best games of the year, everyone was like, oh my god, no one expected this. That's why today, I'm not only going to list the games I most anticipate for 2026, but also try to guess which will be the best games of that year that you didn't even imagine would be released. So to start, I can say how much I would love to play GTA 6 and the Trash Can.
Shut the fuck up! Know your fucking place, trash!
Truly, I'm not the audience for that game. I like the United States, I would love to live there one day, but unless you're a YouTuber trying to make money off of children or a child under 10 years old, you realize that there's absolutely nothing to do in any of those games. The maps are empty, you just walk from one place to another and listen to dialogues that if you don't speak English, you won't even understand, because these games only have one dub option. If you want a tip, go play Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a much better game, but not as good as Marathon. Bungie, of course, the creator of Microsoft, was bought for $400 billion by Sony PlayStation. The public is completely excited about this game. Every trailer, every piece of information they release always leaves fans to become more and more hyped. This game seemed so good that Xbox decided to give up the console war and resolved to launch all of its games for PlayStation 5 as well, starting with Halo, Forza, and Gears of War. Now, you might be thinking, aren't these the games that Xbox has been making for the past 20 fucking years? Well, yeah, but this is also literally the list of games they want to release this year too. God help the Xbox fans if there's any of them left. Oh god. But to be honest, at least Xbox has more fans than Remedy, which decided to make Control 2. Personally, I played Alan Wake 1 and I like it a lot. I played Control, Quantum Break, and I would love to finish playing Alan Wake 2 if my PC could handle it. Their games don't sell really well, they have these ambitious stories and sometimes graphics as well, but the gameplay always seems to lack something, I don't know. What I can say for now is that I just hope to have a decent gaming PC by the time this game launches as well. Just as I hope to have a PlayStation 5 for when the Wolverine game launches. According to rumors, this game will be set in Japan, just like 90% of games in the last 5 years, but it also seems to have a lot of woke stuff inserted, starting with Logan's own face. For God's sake, what the hell they do to my boy? Look at those cheeks, the guy looks like Kiko from El Chavo, at least in the 007 game, which also has everything to be highly woke. At least they kept James Bond handsome, but not as handsome as Leon S. Kennedy in Resident Evil 9. As you can see on my channel, I'm a huge fan of Resident Evil. I haven't played all the games, but I've played the most important ones, so even before they announced Leon, I already knew I was going to play this game, no matter what. Resident Evil 7 was good, Resident Evil 8 was even better, so I'm sure this game will be no different. But if there's one game I don't think I want to play, it's definitely Pragmata, which was also made by Capcom, which is weird. In this game, you are an astronaut with a child and you need to take her to a very distant place. So you go to many adventures together, that's it. That's literally all the games Sony PlayStation has released in the past 10 years. Oh god, please stop this. Unless this game has a really interesting plot twist, I don't think this game seems or looks good at all. But if they wanted to make this game even more generic, they should have just go with this Dark Souls mechanics. To give you an idea, 2006 alone, we are going to have Chinese Dark Souls with robots, Dark Souls from Nintendo, Dark Souls 3. Worse than that is probably only the new Assassin's Creed, which by all indications is also going to have a new game released this year. But look, Do you remember 5 seconds ago when I just said I hate repetitive games, right? Well, that was a lie because I'm generally one of the biggest Assassin's Creed fans there is. I've played practically all the games. Some I almost completed 100%. I loved the 2016 movie, and for those who don't know, I'm also a big fan of German culture. That's why when they announced an Assassin's Creed that would be set in the beginning of the Protestant Germany and would also be in first person like Resident Evil 7 and 8, I say shut up and take my money. After all, everyone has their vices, right? And Ubisoft's vice is making really bad games. So bad that it breaks the company itself. So if this game isn't released this year, it wouldn't surprise me at all. What really surprises me is the courage of the creators of Captain America 1946 to develop that game. If there's a game destined to fail, it's definitely this one. If this game were just Captain America defeating Nazis, I think it could be just okay. But for some reason, they also decided to put Black Panther in it, and a bunch of black characters as well, and make a story about World War II be a message about racism against blacks. Holy shit. There's also this scene in the trailer when Black Panther seems to criticize Captain America just for being America, because apparently racism and prejudice only happens if you are black. Honestly, I have nothing against the woke virus, I have nothing against gay or black characters or women as protagonists. I love Tomb Raider. I like Life is Strange. My friends like anime. And if you've seen my face, you know that I'm quite dark skinned too. But from the moment you put characters in just to fill space and make their personality precisely these characteristics like skin color or sexuality, you are not creating an interesting story or character. You are just creating a statistic to show to analysts at your company and say how it needs tax exemption because your game is now in favor of supposed minorities. That's precisely why Clair Obscur won the Game of the Year. There's a lot of diversity in that game. For example, 80% of the characters are women, 2 of them are Russian, the other is Japanese, and 100% of them are French, which makes also 100% of them gay as well, since every European, including my friend Minerd from Portugal, is gay too. And yet that's not their personality, you know? Marvel Rivals learned this very well. If you want to please players, you only need to do 2 things. First, put in handsome characters, and second, make them interesting. When I look at this game, all I see are pieces of cardboard and everything that is wrong with the current game industry. And also, this is the reason for why Marvel Tycoon will be the best Marvel game of this year. But not of all games, of course, as the best game of the year will definitely be Hogwarts. This game is a game that everyone asked for and everyone is waiting for. Oh god.
Les toits à ce renoir grillé.